सर्वस्य भारतम् तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि।
This, the indweller in the bodies of all, is ever indestructible, O descendant of Bharata. Therefore thou oughtest not to mourn or entreat.
Om Shanti. सुधर्मम् अपि चावेक्षे न विकम्पितुमर्हसि न विकम्पितुमर्हसि धर्माद्धि युन्धाश्रेयो धर्माद्धियुन्धाश्रेयोऽन्यत् धर्माद्धियुन्धाश्रेयोऽन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते सुधर्मम् अपि चावेक्ष्ये न विकम्पितुमर्हसि न विकम्पितुमर्हसि धर्म्याद्धियुन्धाश्रेयोऽन्यत् धर्म्याद्धियुन्धाश्रेयोऽन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते सुधर्मम् अपि चावेक्ष्ये। Everybody is liberated in his own way. You do not need to change your way. Only have to find out how. Everybody. A doctor does not need to be a lawyer does not need to be a doctor for liberation. Not necessary. What is your work you make worship. Your work becomes worship. So sudharmyam api chavekshe. What is your dharma? What is dharma of a woman? Your mother. By that motherly love she is liberated. By she should find out some other means. What is dharma of a soldier? To fight. His dharma is to fight. Military man's what duty is to fight? What is dharma of a man? So describes sudharmyam api chavekshe. If you understand your duty, what is your duty? To fight. Arjuna was Kshatriya, military man. To fight for what? Fight for righteousness against unrighteousness. That is to continue. Kshatriya means fighter. If you don't fight against bad, then you have to fight against good. So, sudharmyam pichavekshe, even understanding your dharma. Na vikampitum marasi, to see a military in war, you should not be shaking. Vikampitum na arhasi. You should not be afraid of that. Dharmadya yuddha achrayonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. For a military man, there is no other scope except to hear the other news of the war. To hear the news, that is the for him job new open. So you are military man, soldier standing. I like the many Germans' statement. I was there and they gave new account. I thought they were afraid of the war. Okay, no, war is our business. We created 2 world wars, we planning for third. The war is our business profession. It brings life, newness. So they gave the correct answer of Gita. War is our business. A new country built completely. You can never find out anywhere bomb was dropped. Whole country shining like mirror. They understand. They are not afraid of this planning. So when you plan, you do not suffer. So he tells, Dharmyadya yuddha shriyunnit kshatriyasya vidyate. For a military man, what will be another job better? What a doctor will be better job than to find out patient? A doctor asks a patient that, are you crazy? He told no. Okay, then why you are here in that house? He told, I am here to give you employment. If I am not here, you will be jobless. So why come here? He gave fantastic answer that you should not destroy your profession, doctor. I am here just to give you employment. If every patient get out of mental institute, you will get notice from government that your services are not needed. So you should never ask this question. So dharmya ajudhya kshatriyasya na vidyate. For a man like you, what can be? Gita is presenting another challenge if you pay attention. For Gita, nobody is brother, nobody is sister. Only that man is brother who stands in righteousness with you throughout world, whether born from your mother or not. And that man is demon who is trying to destroy the world, might be born from your own mother. He cannot be your brother. Gita is reorganizing life, that who is who in this. He who stands on divine path in oneness, that is very near to you. And that who stand against might be your real brother, standing in opposition. So find out who is your relative first. You have counted many relatives. And you will find out nobody is your relative. All are your enemy, although they are standing in good relation by name. So this you will find out that is the way it works, what to do. The atmosphere in which you are born, you find out many people are worse than enemy for you, but they are not enemy. They are your relative. They are trying to destroy your complete progress. This is their job. Still they are relative. They want to give you such advice in which you can never get up. Okay, that is the way you follow. So Gita advice, follow first against your relations. This follow means fighting does not mean you have to take a weapon or you have to hit them. It is psychological warfare. And you understand. The sooner you understand, the better you are. You understand among all your relatives that how things, it does not mean all relatives 100% are giving you bad advice. Don't misunderstand. Among relatives, there are some relatives also. All are brother, but no brother is reported like brother of Lord Ram in battlefield. That is also news. All are brother. But no brother was proved so much honest, faithful, total human history as the brother of Ram. When he was exiled for 14 years, when brother got news, he told, no, I cannot live without my brother. I will go to forest to live with him, or I will go far in forest. Brother told, no, father, exile me, not you. He told, if this is the case, then you go for exilement and I will go for you. And he followed the life. This is true, brother. But besides that, Lord Rama collected the army of the monkeys and he trained them. And he attacked the kingdom and finished empire and built new kingdom by force of monkeys. These monkeys we have to train inside our vrittis. They are monkeys. Okay.
Looking at thine own dharma also, thou oughtest not to waver, for there is nothing higher for Kshatriya than a righteous war.
Yadrakshaya chopapannam Surgadwaram apavratam Yadrakshaya chopapannam Surgadwaram apavratam Sukhina Kshatriya partha Labhante jundamindrasam Labhante jundamindrasam. According to Gita, he who wants easy life is already dead. Man is alive who has problems. If you have no problem, pray for God for problems. Give me problem. Yadrakshaya cha upapannam. If problems are there, you are alive. If not, you are dead. So those who are searching no more problem, Gita tells not good. Don't search your death. Yadrakshaya cha upapannam. Automatically, spontaneously open the gate of heaven for you on the name of the world war. Challenge, stand up. Yadrakshaya cha upapannam surgadwaram apavratam. Automatically open. Sukhina kshatriya partha. Those are the happy people who have that type of challenge and problem. Labhante juddha midrasam. Such a fighting open challenge, open gateway to heaven directly. You should not shake from your duty. I'll try to understand. If you want, the moment you try to become great man, think in any department, you must face problem. If you not, you cannot be. Na sansayam manaruhiya naro bhadrani pashyati. Sansayam punararuhiya yadi jivati sa pashyati. Without coming into the risky point and taking problem possible, you cannot enjoy the results of adventures. You have to come into adventure. And once you come, then you will enjoy if you have survived. And then once you are in problem, now question of survival. So survival question depends on your heroism, how you organize. Mahatma Gandhi, you see. See George Washington, problem. See Abraham Lincoln. Tell me one person in this world was very great man without problem. You will never find. Cockroach has no problem. You never find his name in history. Nothing. Everybody want to put foot and kill it. And nobody has complained, why did you kill a cockroach? Nobody complained. That's the life. So Gita gives advice, try to become great man and accept challenge, invite problems. Any problem already there, feel the grace of God on you. Sukhina kshatriya partha. Very happy are the heroes in the world who have problems. Arjun, poor fellow sitting there, full of problem, he could not recognize that was the grace of God. He was trying to run away, drop this whole challenge. Okay, read please.
Fortunate certainly are the Kshatriyas, O son of Pritha, who are called to fight in such a battle that comes unsought as an open gate to heaven.
Yadrakshaya chopapannam Yadrakshaya chopapannam Surgadwaram apavratam Yadrakshaya chopapannam Yadrakshaya cha upapannam Yadrakshaya cha upapannam. And if you have problem, lucky, created by you. But if they are created by nature, You are most lucky. You are most lucky. Then God have you in His mind. If you create problem, then you will invite God. But if you don't have problem, but they came, it means God have you in His mind. So now you go ahead. So edrakshayacha upapannam. This is very great lesson in our life. Everybody want to be without problem. Gita is telling opposite story. That if you want this, you are desiring your death. If without problem is only one person in this world. Do you know who is? Mummy in museum. It has no problem. Be like that. Become mummy. It has no problem whatsoever. In museum, under a box, for the last 5,000 years lying without any motion. Be that? You cannot be that. Life is a struggle. And a struggle for existence. And survival is the challenge. Survival of the fittest, Darwin theory. Correct. Gita exactly presenting with spirituality, no doubt. It is a spiritual tinge, that's all. Although the whole theory, Darwin, struggle for existence and survival of the fittest. Make yourself fit. In this competition you are going out, you will be lost. And when challenge you open, somebody giving challenge, bow down to God and understand God loves you. Finish. Because these are the problem in which you see the man. Who is who? Otherwise we are deceived. Always sweet word people speak around you. Inside they are very wicked and cruel. But in real calamity, you still need sweet word. But he who speaks sweet word, he really speaks sweet word. And realize he is a real person with sweet word. And even the man who speaks bitter words, at the time of calamity, they are proved very honest. You realize, this man was always bitter, and how honest he is. So when you begin your work, have problem, that is time you realize. I can never forget those days we started the school. It was a joke. Sitting there, their name was in the police list. So police came that, sir, will you please come daily to the police station to tell evening time, what do you do and where do you go? I said, well, that is too much. I said, I'm sorry, I cannot do that. You come to me. I will give you the address. I cannot come. I'm sorry. They were surprised by that answer. I'm sorry, I cannot do that. You can put me into jail. I will be there. As a human being, we are a student here, teenagers, moving, and you are giving me that challenge. I will destroy your police station and burn it if you disturb too much. And they realized a movement going on national. So we were sitting. So we opened what to do. To avoid the police difficulty, there was only way open, we opened a school. Funny thing, it is nowadays college. It was open as a joke. Nothing to do, so something should be done. So we opened a school. Open school, nobody was coming. I think they knew that was a joke. So we realized that we have a joke inside. We have no desire to open a school. But why students are not coming? Do they know everything? We start to distribute halwa, pictures. 60 students we got. 60. That in my school, any student come, they get halwa and new pictures. Student, very revolutionary. They told, I will go to Dr. Mishra's school because there we get halwa free and free pictures, calendars. It is nowadays college. Now listen to the story. We created a problem. Police came to know what we were doing. So they thought the school openings, they stopped to come to bother too much. Because they were afraid that we can break somewhere bridge and we can bomb the post office or something railway station. Going on too much national movement. Now listen, friends. So we made a committee. All friends who are very happy. You can see. So we started deputation, went to see a most beloved man. And he was all the time hand in rosary like Hare Krishna, repeating name. So we reached. With very great love, he greeted us. See, behind this sweet word, sometimes nonsense. You get good experience, otherwise you are deceived. Sweet word, very powerful, embracing greeting, full of embrace. You realize, this is the heavenly brother. Sat down, we told, sir, we are coming with planning. We are opening a school. So we decided to get help. Some people gave us building. We got building. And now we are coming fund. He saw towards us and he was very angry. Okay, man like you should not be involved in all this nonsense. I said, what is nonsense here? Okay, opening a school, no fund, this is not your job. You were a student. I said, yes, we were a student, but we were doing work this way. Okay, you know, my son is responsible for business, not I. And he's gone to Calcutta. I said, okay, he was very angry. I did not understand why he became so much angry. I did not disturb him. My son is gone to Calcutta. I said, okay. What happened? Son missed the train. He came back at the same time. We were sitting talking. Right away he came back. And he also gave the same full of embrace greeting. Father and son were expert in sweet language, as if heavenly brothers are meeting. So he asked us, sir, how did you come? We explained whole story. He told, you know, my father is in charge of business, not I. I said, I thought so. I thought so. Your father is, but he told other story. They both were sitting. Father told son is in charge. Son was not that time. When son came, he told on the face of the father, they could not have private meeting. He told, father is in charge. I said, I thought so, father in charge. But your father gave another report. So then father told, all right, write down there. 2 Indian dollar means 2 rupees means 25 cents. I said, what are you talking? 25 cents. We are deceived by these friends. It is better to be without friend, this type of treacherous friend. Now listen, another gentleman was sitting another. So we went to his shop. He was not repeating any mantra. Neither he was seen in any good meeting. He has habit to take little bit drink and smoke a lot. All the time cigarette in his hand. So we read there, he threw away cigarette. Okay, Guruji, will you sit down, let me wash my hand. I cannot shake my hand, dirty hand. I said, well, he has very great respect. He tells Guruji first time, okay, you came to my business first time, what can I do? I say, you know, we have opened 2 projects we have. School and cow protection movement. The cows are moving. In India, cows move in the city. Cows are moving, disturbing the path. So we decided to make a dairy farm, to put cows there. And you all remember, control that. Cow production, their milk and everything, be responsible. Yes, that's very fantastic planning you have. So at least he certified. I was not expecting. He was Mohammedan. That is a fantastic planning you have. I like that. I said, well then give me some contribution. Okay, well, contribution, what do you want? I said, well, you know, we have elephant's stomach. We want too much, so you by your own pen you write down. Okay, no, you came first time on my business. You write down what you like. I was surprised. I was never expecting that answer this gentleman will give. We never talk. He was never interested in any type of very high class of meeting, satsang or kirtan, nothing. He's sitting alone. Enjoy. If anything interested, then he interested chewing the betel nuts and he smoking cigarette. That's all. And he shocked everybody. He told, sir, you write down. Why, I said, all right, we have a school problem in cow protection. Why not write down the whole burn building you give for dairy farm? He told, good luck, I will build burn building. Forget it. No need to ask anybody. With land and building, both we will give. So happy. New experience. The man whom you never expect, give that answer. Then he started movement to go to everybody. Rich man's list we have taken in the city. And wherever you go, unexpected curse and unexpected welcome. New list comes. New friend and new person, new way of knowing mind. Why they suffer, that also you know. Why they suffer? It is not the suffering which bothers. No. It is the experience of the pain, the amount. Suffering every one of us has, but we don't feel even. But some people feel so much, they are disturbed completely. If that is the nature of mind, that man will suffer. Nobody can avoid. So Lord Krishna is telling, Edrakshayaha cha upapannam surgadwaram apavartam. Man, problem before you, you must be happy inside. The moment there is a problem, we are unhappy down. It is not good habit. Once you are happy, you have presence of mind. Feel lucky that God loves you. That is the grace of God opening up the problem. No problem can come in your life without God is already alarmed. You are alarmed or not. If He is alarmed, then why I should worry? If He is already alarmed in my protection, why I should worry? My duty is to be with God. Finish. My duty is not to run away from problem. My duty is to be with God, and God wants to stand with problem with me. So let us go there. Finish. Read please. This is lovely shloka in human history. Edrakshaya chopapannam Swargadwaram apavratam Sukhina chatriya partha Lavante jundhamindrasham Atachetum mimam dharmyam Sangramam na karishyasi Tata sudharmam kirtim cha Itva papam abhapsyasi Life is a battlefield. Understand it or not. Try to escape or try to face. Atachet, if tum imam dharmam sangramam na karishyasi, the challenge of life, if you don't accept, try to escape, run away, tatah sudharmam kirtim chahitva. You will lose your name and fame and respect and honor. You think you are leaving this battlefield, you are very kind to your relatives, therefore you are leaving. No, they will understand you were very bogus. You were terrified, therefore you left. You will not be happy. You are very kind. Because you don't want to fight, because this killing is involved. Very ideal you are. But people will tell other story. That you were bogus, terrified, timid. so you ran away. That they will tell. That will be the worst in your life. Yes, please read.
But if thou refusest to engage in this righteous warfare, then forfeiting thine own dharma and honor, thou shalt incur sin.
Akirtim chapi bhutani.
Akirtim chapi bhutani.
Akirtim
Akirtim
chapi bhutani.
chapi bhutani.
Kathayishyanti te vyayam.
Katayishyanti te vyayam.
Sambhavitasya chakirti.
Sambhavitasya chakirti.
Maranadatirichyate. Maranadatirichyate. Akirtim chapi bhutani. And what they will tell? They will sing your this bogus glory. They will make a music that Arjuna ran away in battlefield with great music. That glory you want should be chanted about you. Akirtim chapi bhutani. All beings will chant your bogus glory. Kathishyanti te abhyam, and this will be eternal disgrace in your life. People will not understand you are kind, therefore you are running away from the battlefield. Sambhavitasya chakirti. A disrespect, disgrace of the man who is graceful in the world. Okay, that is the worse than death. So you are facing challenge, Arjuna. That wisdom he needed. That battle of life can never be avoided. If you do not fight against yourself, you have to fight against others. So better fight against yourself. If we do not fight against, there are three ways to live in the world. See, in the Second World War, three heroes: Hitler, one side; Churchill, other side; and Gandhi, other side. Three fighting were going on at the same time. One attacks, the other two are triggered. When Hitler makes an attack, the Churchill goes into drink and Mahatma Gandhi goes into meditation. Three at the same time. Mahatma Gandhi pledges that purify yourself, all trouble are because of us. Purify. Keep your mind and speech and body pure. Do not hurt anybody. Do not disturb anybody. Do not injure. So, for his problem, he meditated. Hitler attack others. If he has problem, he make terrific attack over Poland and compel it to surrender. No easy was surrender seen in human history as on the name of Hitler. British government was terrified. In India, they have Tangaman, rickshaw, horses. When horses run then competition, then any horse who is victorious, my horse is Hitler. And British people were not happy to listen this news. When they were talking that my horse is barking like a Hitler. Very glorious news they were giving. So one take drink. Hitler was never taking drink. Not interested in smoking. Teetotaler he was. But it is not enough. To become vegetarian is not answer. If it was answer, then Hitler should be the answer. He was vegetarian also, funny thing. He was absolute vegetarian, teetotaler, no cigarette. So do not understand the vegetarianism will help. No, will help meditation. So he has problem, he attack others. Churchill has problem, no doubt, he has to be there. He is under attack. He drink a lot. And he goes to see doctor. Some trouble, doctor tell you drink a lot and smoke a lot, stop right away, you will be dead. He told you are right, but that is thing I can never do. That is thing I can never do. Drinking I cannot stop. Because that was answer for him. How he can stop? Drinking stop means no problem. No problem means he should meditate. That will be the new admission of Churchill in meditation class. It's too late. And he continued to drink and he lived And the doctor who made his diagnosis, he was dead. And he lived after that 20 years with heavy drink and heavy smoke. Mahatma Gandhi, he has problem, he gives advice, meditate. Lord Krishna gives that advice as Mahatma Gandhi. Stand up your problem. You can escape perhaps others from others' problem. How will you escape from your own problem? And where will you go? If I have some problem for you, you can escape. But how will you escape from your own problem? This will be a story like Arabian gentleman. In Mohammedan you cannot see your own wife before marriage. So gentleman was married, he has a wife, always fighting under purdah. Under purdah also they terrific fighting. Very fighting. He was tired, so he dropped the whole idea, went to another state. He left his wife and he was married there. And there also same rule in Mohammedans, you cannot see the face. So first you marry, then you see your wife. So he was married, then purdah was open. He was shocked to know she was the same wife. He could not realize how she came here. She was the same or not, that is not the problem. Problem is that we create similar situation. Go wherever, we create exactly similar situation. So how we can escape our problem? So it is nice to stand up and face the challenge of our life, not to run away. Drinking is not bad. But if we drink only to be happy, otherwise we are unhappy, then we should not drink. Problem should be solved in a proper way by understanding meditation. Okay, will you please read?
The world also will ever hold thee in reprobation. To be honored, disrepute is surely worse than death.
Bhayadranam uparatam mansyante tvam maharatha ईशां च तुम बहुमतो भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम् भयादरणात् उपरतं मन्यन्ते त्वां महारथा. Great hero of the world, Arjuna was not ordinary hero. His name and fame was all over the world. Among the greatest hero Arjuna. As the emperor built his army and whole strength over Arjuna, because they were together all brother. So in among Maharathi and the military department, he was the shining hero. Okay, Arjuna, by your name, the people cannot stand before you in the battlefield. Such a name. And you leave, what they will, Bhayadranat. He was terrified. Arjuna was terrified in the battlefield, therefore he ran away. They will not tell that you were very glorious, meditative mood, therefore you left out all these things. Isham chatum bahumato bhutva. In those heroes' eyes you are standing up, shining figure. You will lose everything. Yasyasi lagvam. They will understand, this was a hallucination. They were counting in the king's court, hero's duty, that how many, what type of heroes are, and what hero, what type of work they can do. They counted that Karna has power, he can destroy the total planet within 5 days. Then Bhishma has power, he can destroy the total planet with his missiles and weapons within 3 days. Ultimately came the name of Arjuna. In the emperor's court, report was given that Sir Arjuna has a power to take one weapon that destroy in no moment this total planet. Okay, that glory you are given in the enemy's camp, that palalagat Arjuna badhai chuaina duyo band. Arjuna will never take a second weapon to destroy this planet if he become angry. So you such a person trying to run away from the battlefield of life? The battlefield of life is more important. Perhaps you can fight in military nicely, but you cannot fight in your own home in a good way. And right person is called he who fight against his own unrighteousness and stand with righteousness. Gita is recommending that fighting, and that fighting can never avoid. Can you avoid? If you avoid that fighting, you are coming right away in the list of Hitler. You will attack somebody else. If you fight against your own problem, you come in the list of Mahatma Gandhi. If you try to escape, you are coming in the list of Churchill. You drink. So three ways only to control problem. We cannot run away. It is not the choice. Don't think that Gita is talking in terms of some very different. No, it is a mythical book. It is a myth that we are trying to escape the whole issue. We are trying to escape, or we are trying to blame the person. My wife is not good, therefore I am suffering. Or my husband is not good, therefore I am suffering. I never have epileptic fit before. I have after marriage. Must be my husband. Or what husband? Might be epileptic fit your own came. Who can give you epileptic fit? So, we have problem, and to overcome problem, we blame people around us. And we don't want to know these are problems in us also. That is the whole problem going on between friend and friend, between husband and wife. Everybody try to understand his problem due to somebody else. Pakistan cannot solve problem, it attacks India. And that way they forget their problem for the time being. But is this genuine way to solve problem? No. Then somebody will come like Lal Bahadur Shastri. Like Nehru comes, you do. Lal Bahadur Shastri was Prime Minister. Pakistan attacked India. He told, never mind. He gave order that capture the capital in a moment. We will not obey this type of things. And within 3 days they arrested, burnt Pakistan. They finished and burnt the capital. See, how will you go? So sometimes problems are this way. This is not the answer to attack somebody else. Gita is telling that stand up and understand your own problem. And then we become, therefore it is advised that man should be sometime within 24 hours alone by himself. So he should know how many problems are due to others and how many problems are created by me through others. So, this way when we stand, we begin to solve them. That problem is purification of self. Meditation is nothing but fighting. What meditation is? Fighting. You postpone everything and tell your mind not to bring anything. It is not fighting. The running train stops right away. The mind is like the express train running, and you stop, you are meditating. Like Indian trains, it is standing 1 hour passed away on the station. You ask what happened. Then you find out that engineer is gone to see his girlfriend and he forgot to come. That is going on. Train is standing on platform and time passed away. What happened? The driver is gone to see his girlfriend and he forgot to come. So they send a poor man to call him back. So this is that our problem. When we understand alone, we realize that how many, what problems are, and those who stand up to face them. Youthant was telling that if you don't fight against your own problem, over Vietnam War he issued a statement from United Nations that the problems which are hidden in us, they take the form of Vietnam. So leaders should solve their problem here rather than attacking other nations. So if we do not solve our problem, if wife does not solve her problem, she will attack husband. Husband does not solve his problem or does not understand, he will attack his wife. Children do not understand their problem, they will attack parents, so on and so forth. I know, therefore one should never escape his problem. Meditation is not to escape. Meditation is to transcend so that we can understand what is going on. So meditation is transcending all life. Then after meditation you come back, you understand problem, and there is different answer. There is different answer like Mahatma Gandhi, purification of the self. Yes, please.
The great chariot warriors will believe that thou hast withdrawn from the battle through fear, and thou wilt be lightly esteemed by them who have thought much of thee.
Avache vadansh bahun, avache vadishyanti tavahitam, nindantas tava samarthyam, nindantas ततो दुःखतरं नुकिं, ततो दुःखतरं नुकिं, अवाच्य वादांश्च बहून्, वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताम्. You pay attention or not, man is the victim of rumors. Rumors are made, they are created in politics against you. Terrific rumor. And whole nation begin to shake. Okay, there will be rumor. What rumor? Avache vadanse bahun, that you are impotent. That rumor is coming. Avache vadanse bahun, many nonsense things will be spread throughout world against you. Vadishyanti tabahita, your enemy will talk against you, many things. Nindantas tava samarthyam, they will criticize your total existence. Tato dukkhataram dukkam, what can be more pain than this? Your total life is criticized. You are no good in any way. How will you feel after that? Read it.
Thine enemies also, cavilling at thy great prowess, will say of thee things that are not to be uttered. What could be more intolerable than this?
Arjuna was not sure. One side he want to be that, at the same time, after all, war is war. He wanted to be sure whether he will be victorious. Lord Krishna is very expert in that. He is not going to give guarantee that he will be victorious. Disciple want to ask from teacher, that if teacher tell, yes, go ahead, you will be victorious, he will do. But Lord Krishna is clever. He is not giving answer. What answer he gives? A new answer in human history. He tells, Ato va prapsyasi surgam,
Ato va prapsyasi svargam,
jitva va bhokshase mahim, tasmad utti. These stories are written symbolically outside, and they are nice because we understand things better from outside. But ultimately we have to understand inside. Inside we are victim of traditions, customs and systems, and thinks there is splitting going on, war within, and if we allow in the same way, don't control anything, then they will finish us completely. So it is the natural life begins with depression. The first chapter of Gita is the depression. As long as man is not depressed due to his inner and outer situation, so long life does not begin. We are part of animal life. Sorrow, suffering and depression comes, this is the beginning, in which he thinks about his duties and responsibilities more. And this is such a funny question that it has a question which has no answer. Duty and responsibilities are like the vision. In whatever plane you are, that is your vision. So if we are physical beings, then our duty, responsibilities are physical. If we are psychological beings, then our duties are a little bit higher. If we are a spiritual being, then duty becomes highest. Same person. So when we ask what is our duty and responsibility, answer is, it depends where you are. If you are living on animal level, then your duty, responsibilities are up to that point, finish. If we live on psychological level, then duty, responsibilities are different. If we live on a spiritual plane, then they are the highest. And higher duty includes the lower duties all. When you are living in higher plane, it is not necessary for you to be narrow-minded. All activity in higher plane, naturally including lower activity. A $100 bill naturally includes $1 bill 100 times. There is no choice. So the higher we are, the duties are changing. So Nihatte Dhartrashtrana, Arjuna is facing that challenge. It means transformation is such a thing, a seed cannot be transformed as long as it remains seed. Apparently, when it is sprouted, we don't see anything like seed. Everything is changed. But in our life, we want to have a change, transformation without having any change. That is problem. There will be change. There will be change the moment you progressing up. There will be change in your friend circle. There will be change in your society. There will be change in your life. You cannot have the same friend which they were before. If you interested in gambling, now you are interested in meditation, there will be change in friends. All gamblers' friends you cannot have. They cannot allow you. So a life passing through transformation has a complete change. And that change we don't want. Because change is like killing everything. And that is very necessary. We cannot avoid this psychological killing. It is not a physical killing. It is a psychological. There is no weapon here. The story allegorically written, but all story battlefield is over and meditation begins there. You forget warfare. So there are petty habits going on in us. We have to kill them. All all total circumstances we have to destroy them psychologically if we want to go up. That is our problem. Here is our weakness. We see God up, but to bring that God down is necessary to change our life. When light comes, then darkness completely disappears. We can tell light has killed darkness. But if darkness it does not kill and also light want to come, how it will come? It cannot come. So he who is ready for transformation also must be ready to be free from selfishness, narrow-mindedness. The two things cannot run together. That is the challenge Arjuna is facing. In that comes duty and responsibility, this and that. Okay, will you read please?
What pleasure indeed could be ours, O Janardana, from killing these sons of
Rashtra.
Sin only could take hold of us by the slaying of these felons.
Tasman naraha vayam hantum dhartarashtran sobhandavam स्वजनम कथम हत्वा सुखिना श्याम माधवा. Will you read please?
Therefore we ought not to kill our kindred, the sons of Dhritarashtra. For how could we, O Madhava, gain happiness by the slaying of our own kinsmen?
Yandapte न पश्यन्ति लोभोपत चेतसा कुलक्षय कृतं दोषम् मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम्. Yes, please.
These two are together in my book.
Okay, next one also.
These next two verses are written together.
कथं न ज्ञेयम् अस्माभिः पापादस्मान् निवर्तितुम् कुलक्षय कृतं दोषम् प्रपश्यन्भिर्जनार्दनम्. Okay.
Through these, with understanding overpowered by greed, see no evil due to decay of families, and no sin and hostility to friends. Why should we, O Janardana, who see clearly the evil due to the decay of families, not turn away from this sin?
कुलक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कुलधर्मा सनातना. धर्मेण स्ते कुलं कृष्णम् अधर्मो विभवात्युता. अधर्मा विभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रिया. त्रिषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेयाः जायते वर्णशङ्कराः. Okay.
On the decay of a family, the immemorial religious rights of that family die out. On the destruction of spirituality, impiety further overwhelms the whole of the family. On the prevalence of impiety, O Krishna, the women of the family become corrupt, and women being corrupted, there arises, O Varshneya, intermingling of castes.
Sankaro narakayaiva Kulagnanam kulasya Patanti pitaro hesham Luptapindodaka kriya.
Admixture of castes, indeed, is for the hell of the family and the destroyers of the family. Their ancestors fall deprived of the offerings of rice ball and water.
That becomes after war in any way, after Second World War also. The whole difficulty comes over women, husbands all in the war, and when they are killed, slain. They don't know. So this is the result of the war, very natural. Dosaire tai kulagnanam Varna Shankara Karakai Usadyante Jati Dharma Kula Dharmascha Shashvata.
By these misdeeds of the destroyers of the family, bringing about confusion of castes, are the immemorial religious rights of the caste and the family destroyed.
Ussanna Kula Dharmanam Manushyanam Janardanam Narake niyatam vaso Bhavati tenushushrumam.
We have heard, O Janardana, that dwelling in hell is inevitable for those men in whose families religious practices have been destroyed.
Aho vata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yandranya sukhalobhenam hantum swajanam undeta.
Alas, we are involved in a great sin, in that we are prepared to slay our kinsmen out of greed for the pleasures for a kingdom.
Aho yadi mammat pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayam dhatarashtrarane hanyu tanme shimataram bhavet.
Verily, if the sons of Dhritarashtra
एवं उक्त्वा अर्जुना संख्ये रथोपस्थयुपाविशन् विसृज्य शशरं चापम् शुकसंविघ्नमानसा
Sanjaya said, speaking thus in the midst of the battlefield, Arjuna, casting away his bow and arrows, sank down on the seat of his chariot, with his mind distressed with sorrow.
Second chapter. Tam tatha kripyavistam अश्रुपूर्णा कुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः
Sanjaya said, to him who was thus overwhelmed with pity and sorrowing, and whose eyes were dimmed with tears, Madhusudana spoke these words.
कुतस्त्वा कश्मलमिदम् विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टम् अस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरवर्जुनम्
Blessed Lord said, in such a crisis, whence comes upon thee, O Arjuna, this dejection, unarya-like, disgraceful and contrary to the attainment of heaven?
क्रैव्यम् आस्मगमा पार्थ नैतत्त्वयि उपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यम् त्यक्तोत्तिष्ठ परन्तपाम्
Yield not to unmanliness, O son of Pritha. Ill doth it become thee. Cast off this mean faint-heartedness, and arise, O scorcher of thine enemies.
कथं भीष्मम् अहं सङ्ख्ये द्रोणं च मधुसूदनम् इषुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजार्हा वरिसूदनम्
Arjuna said, but how can I in battle, O slayer of Madhu, fight with arrows against Bhishma and Drona, who are rather worthy to be worshipped, O destroyer of foes?
गुरून् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भोक्तुं भैक्षिमपीह लोके हत्वार्थकामांस्तु गुरूनिहैव भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुधिरप्रदिग्धान्
Surely it would be better even to eat the bread of beggary in this life than to slay these great-souled masters, But if I kill them, even in this world, all my enjoyment of wealth and desires will be stained with blood.
न चैतन् विद्मा कतरन्नो गरीयो कतरन्नो गरीयो यन्मा जयेमाम् यदि वा नो जयेयु यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामाम् तेव स्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राम्
And indeed, I can scarcely tell which will be better, that we should conquer them, or that they should conquer us. The very sons of Dhritarashtra, after slaying whom we should not care to live, stand facing us.
कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभावम् प्रच्छामि त्वां धर्मसमूढचेता यच्छ्रेयास्यान् निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं साधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्
With my nature overpowered by weak commiseration, with a mind in confusion about duty, I supplicate thee. Say decidedly what is good for me. I am thy disciple. Instruct me who have taken refuge in thee.
नहि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्यान् यच्छोकमुक्षोषणमिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमाम् वशपत्नवृद्नम् राज्यं सुराणाम् अपि चाधिपत्यम्
I do not see anything to remove this suffering, blasts my senses, even were I to obtain unrivaled and flourishing dominion over the earth and mastery over the gods.
एवमुक्त्वा हृषीकेशम् गुडाकेशा परन्तपा न योत्सयति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः
Sanjaya said, having spoken thus to the Lord of the Senses, Gudakesha, the scorcher of foes, said to Govinda, I shall not fight, and became silent.
तमुवाच हृषीकेशा प्रहसन्निव भारता सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तं इदं वचाव
To him who was sorrowing in the midst of the two armies, Rishikesha, as if smiling, O descendant these words.
Asocyanam nasocastam pragyavadam sabhasase gatasun nagatasuncha nanusochanti pandita. Here is the answer of total life is given in this mantra. Asocyantum manusocha. We think what we should not think. We grieve for the thing for which we should never grieve. And we never think for the thing for which we should think. That is our problem. See, whole answer given. Asocyantum manusocha. You think and grieve for which you should never think and never grieve. You do not think, you do not grieve for which you should think and grieve. But at the same time, our challenge is pragyavadansha bhasase. We talk like philosophers and scientists. If we talk like the stupid at the same time, there will be no harm. Our talk is like great philosopher and scientist. Gatasun nagatasun. It is not problem of wise man who is coming and who is going from this world. Who is taking birth, who is dying. That is not problem. Problem is not to live, how to live long life. No. If you live 1,000 years doing wrong things and live one day doing good things, then it is better to live one day rather than living 1,000 years. There is no question of long life or short life. Question is right life and wrong life. Not long and short, but wrong and right. If that is question gone, if we want to take long life like an animal, what is the use of this life? So before a wise man, this is not the question of life and death, question of righteousness and unrighteousness. If that is gone, what is the use of this life? So that is our problem. Yes, please.
The Blessed Lord said, Thou hast been mourning for them who should not be mourned for. Yet thou speakest words of wisdom. The truly wise grieve neither for the living nor for the dead.
Natvevaham jatu nasham natung neme janadhipat न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमता परम्.
It is not that I have never existed, nor thou, nor these kings, nor is it that we shall cease to exist in the future.
The mantra means that we will not cease to exist, we will continue. Our existence is eternal. There is no question of non-existence. Question is only in what form? Mosquito, bacteria, man, animal. That is the only question. The eternal spirit, how it can be destroyed? It was, it is, it will remain. Guarantee. Existence will never be discontinued. But the question is what you will be. That is under question. That man has to take care of. Man has anxiety to die. Okay, that should never be. Death is compulsory. Death is part of life. Anxiety should be not to go down. That nobody has anxiety. Anxiety for death, which never can be controlled. Dehinosmin yatha dehi Kaumaram jauvanam jara Tathan dehantara praptir Dhirastatra muyati. Yes, please.
As our childhood, youth, and old age in this body to the embodied soul, so also is the attaining of another body. Calm souls are not deluded thereof.
Baby is born, growing. We become adolescent, adult, old. Do we cry? Or can we stop any change? Baby is growing, can you stop, keep body in the baby form? Can you do that? You cannot stop. Neither we can stop nor we cry for that. We feel happy. In the same way, death comes. Can you stop death? Then why death should not be accepted happily? It is not the question of death. It is not question. The question of man's uncertainty living in animal plane and losing everything. It is the question of losing everything. So man should grieve, who am I? Man should be unhappy because he does not know who he is, so he is not unhappy. He is not grieving, he is not thinking. He is thinking for ordinary things, material. So as life is changing, so there is a birth and death. Man cannot stop them. To grieve for death, it is impossible. Death is part of life. Matra sparshastu kaunteya Shitushna sukha dukkhadat Agama payino nityam Tantitiksha svabharata
Notions of heat and cold, of pain and pleasure, are born of son of Kunti only of the contact of the senses with their objects. They have a beginning and an end. They are impermanent in their nature. Bear them patiently, O descendant of Bharata.
Meaning is, wherever you are, so is our vision. If we live in physical plane, in sensory plane, we cannot avoid. To avoid them, there is only way to go, to transcend them, to go up through meditation. Yam hina vethayanti te Purusham Purusarsava Samadukha Sukham Dhiram Samrtatvaya Kalpate.
That calm man who is the same in pain and pleasure, whom these cannot disturb, alone is able, O great amongst men, to attain to immortality.
Nasato vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate sata Ubhayorapi drashtuntaha Tunayo tattvadarshibhi.
The unreal never is. Real never is not. Men possessed of this knowledge of the truth fully know both these.
अविनाशी तु तं विद्धि येन सर्वं इदं ततं विनाशम् अव्ययस्यास्याम् न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति
That by which all this is pervaded, that know for certain to be indestructible. None has power to destroy this immutable.
अन्तवन्त इमे देहा नित्यसुक्ता शरीरिणाम् अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत.
Of this indwelling self, the ever-changeless, the indestructible, the illimitable, these bodies are said to have an end. Fight, therefore, O descendant of Bharata.
ययेनं वेत्ति हन्तारम् यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उभौ तौ न विजानीतु नायं हन्ति न हन्यते.
He who takes the self to be the slayer, and he who takes it to be the slain, neither of these knows, does not slay, nor is it slain.
न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् ते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यम् शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे.
This is never born, nor does it die. It is not that not having been, it again comes into being. Or according to another view, it is not that having been, it again ceases to be. This is unborn, eternal, changeless, ever itself. It is not killed when the body is killed.
वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यम् ययेनं अजमव्ययम् कथं स पुरुषा पार्थ कं घातयति हन्तिकम्.
He that knows this to be indestructible, changeless, without birth, and immutable, how is he, O son of Pritha, to slay or cause another to slay?
वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णम् अन्यानि संजाति नवानि देहि
Even as a man casts off worn-out clothes and puts on others which are new, so the embodied casts off worn-out bodies and enters into others which are new.
नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः
This self weapons cut not, this fire burns not, this water wets not, and this wind dries not.
अच्छेद्योऽयम् अदाह्योऽयम् अक्लिद्यो शोष्येव चाम् नित्यः सर्वगतस्थाणु रचलोऽयं सनातनः
This self cannot be cut, nor burnt, nor wetted, nor dry. Changeless, all-pervading, unmoving, immovable, the self is eternal.
अव्यक्तोऽयम् अचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि
The self is said to be unmanifested, unthinkable, and unchangeable. Therefore, knowing this to be such, thou oughtest not to mourn.
अथ चैनं नित्ये जातम् नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतम् तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैवं शोचितुमर्हसि
But if thou shouldst take this to have constant birth and death, even in that case, O mighty R, thou oughtest not to mourn for this.
जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर् ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मात् अपरिहार्यार्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि
Of that which is born, death is certain. Of that which is dead, birth is certain. Over the unavoidable, therefore, thou oughtest not to grieve.
अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्त निधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवनाम्.
All beings are unmanifested in their beginning, O Bharata, manifested in their middle state, and unmanifested again in their end. What is there then to grieve about?
आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवन् वदति तथैव चान्यम् तथैव चान्यम् आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्या शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनम् वेद न चैव कश्चित्.
Some look upon the self as marvelous. Others speak of it as wonderful. Others again hear of it as a wonder. And still others, though hearing, do not understand it at all.
देहि नित्यम् अबन्धोऽयम् देहे सर्वस्य भारतम् तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि